It is up, it is back, it is gone, Marge!
See ya! Grand slam!
And it's done!
Look at this, he got him.
They did it again! Reign reborn! Reigns again!
This portion of Across the Association is brought to you by Rawlings. Rawlings is the official baseball of the American Association. Welcome, one and all. This is Across the Association. I'm Alex Bastianski. Great to see you again. And this is it. It's our final ATA show of the year. So today we are going to do our season recap for you. We're going to take a look at what went down in the 2022 campaign that kicked off back in May and came to its oh-so-dramatic conclusion last week. Here is your 2022 AAPB season review.
We are thrilled to kick off the 2022 season. A 100-game season begins tonight on May 13th, a Friday night, a fireworks Friday, beautiful weather, and a fantastic crowd.
The 2022 American Association season kicked off back on May 13th. The excitement was palpable. The big question at the time was, could anyone knock off the defending champions, the powerhouse Kansas City Monarchs? That's a question that would go unanswered until September. But along the way, fans were treated to some of the best baseball the league has ever produced.
We just saw the talent level continue to increase in the American Association, and I think particularly on the offensive side. Not to say we haven't seen some great pitching as well, but especially early in the year, it was pretty cool to see the display of power in this league. So it's just great to see the league take a step forward, and for us on the media side, it's really fun to cover.
The Lake Country Dockhounds made their AAPB debut before boisterous crowds at Wisconsin Brewing Park. The Sioux City Explorers and Sioux Falls Canaries celebrated their 30th anniversary seasons in style. And Gary Southshore had a new manager for the first time in 17 years, with Lamar Rogers taking over for the legendary Greg Taggart. All four clubs would ultimately miss out on the postseason, however, and now turn their attention towards taking that next step in 2023.
Score some runs, let's go, baby. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
July was a time for celebration. For the first time since 2019, the league held its All-Star game at Impact Field in Chicago, with the Dogs setting a new standard for future All-Star hosts. After a 2-season hiatus due to COVID-19, it was good to be back.
Seeing the aggregation of all of our fans in one spot, wearing the jerseys of every team, and on the stage we were in Chicago, partnering with Baseball America to broadcast it, so reaching new audiences and putting us on a platform different from affiliated baseball and the other partner leagues, to me that was the start of a very prominent moment in the 2022 season. And then the outcome of that game and the seesaw battle, the home run derby being won in the last swing, just those big time moments for the American Association on the stage we were on was extremely special.
Kansas City's David Thompson won the home run derby in dramatic fashion on Monday night.
David Thompson hits number 20.
Yeah!
That one's gone, and there's number 23. David Thompson wins the Derby. Bon voyage!
In the main event on Tuesday evening, Sioux Falls Canaries outfielder Jabari Henry was named All-Star Game MVP, helping the West to victory with one Herculean swing.
Henry stinks it high in the air. deep to left center field, at the wall, and that's gone! Bon voyage! Jabari Henry puts the West on top.
At the All-Star Game, the American Association also took the time to induct the godfather of modern independent baseball, Miles Wolff, as the charter member of the league's new Hall of Fame.
We didn't get 3/4 of the way through our Hall of Fame committee meeting before someone stopped and said, Miles has to be the first inductee and the lone inductee in the inaugural class. And it was unanimous, and beyond the committee, it was unanimous among directors that we'd waive all protocols to include Miles in the inaugural class in Chicago.
The AAPB continued to be a major producer of talent. Several players had their contracts transferred to major league organizations, and 22 league alumni played in the big leagues this year. And the talent went both ways. Numerous players with MLB experience suited up in the AAPB, including Matt Adams.
High out to it, right field. That ball's going to be way out of here, up the home run hill, way out of here. See you later. Oh man.
And Matt Hall, both of whom played for the Kansas City Monarchs. Hall was, in a word, dominant. He would end up setting a new league record for ERA at just 1.10 to go along with a 10-2 record. He was named the league's pitcher of the year.
By the ERA metric, you can argue that Matt Hall had the best season of any pitcher in the history of the American Association. He broke a record that had stood for 13 years. Kyle Middleton had the ERA record in 2009 at 1.75, and Hall really just obliterated that, coming in at 1.10, and he only gave up one home run the entire season, which I think is really incredible. So hats off to him. He had a fantastic season. There were a lot of great pitchers in the league, but he was certainly very deserving of being voted pitcher of the year.
The league released its list of postseason All-Stars in early September. It featured 3 Winnipeg Goldeyes, headlined by Max Murphy, whose 31 home runs and 97 RBIs led the league in both categories.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Murphy drives into the air to deep right center field. Carranza going back, looks up towards the wall, and it's gone!
Yeah, Max had one of the best seasons really in Goldeyes and American Association history. He was just a treat to watch. He's been a treat to watch really the last 2 years, and this year just to see him at 31 homers, approach 100 runs batted in, and really be a huge cog in the Goldeyes getting back to the playoffs. Just can't say enough about what he did for the Goldeyes on and off the field.
Brian Torres of the Milwaukee Milkmen was named Utility Player of the Year and led the league with an absurd .374 batting average. Zach Nerrier of Cleburne was named American Association Defensive Player of the Year.
In a fly ball, deep to left center. Nerrier going back, still going near the wall. That ball is caught! What a catch by Nerrier!
He's one of those guys in our league that is just an enormous fan favorite. You know, everybody in Cleburne loves Zach. Everybody in Cleburne, you know, from the host families to the folks that come to one game, you know, they are excited to see him play. And he's one of those people that has a great reputation as a 5-tool player, but a better reputation as a teammate in the clubhouse.
Newcomers also played a significant role this season. Infielder Daniel Lingua of Gary South Shore provided a shot of adrenaline for the Railcats and was named Rookie Position Player of the Year, while Fargo-Moorhead's Tyler Grauer took home the league's Rookie Pitcher of the Year honor. And as we'll see, he was to play a huge part in the RedHawks' playoff push. The stretch run of the regular season will go down as one of the most exciting in the AAPB's history. The new format this season meant that 8 teams made the playoffs, with the first place team in each division getting to pick their first round opponent.
You know, having so many teams in the thick of it late in the season. It made the month of August just way more exciting.
It did exactly what we hoped it would do, which is engage 9 to 10 markets late in the season that otherwise would never been engaged. Gave teams a taste of the playoffs that haven't been in the playoffs for a long time.
In the East, Chicago finished first and chose Milwaukee as its opponent, while Cleburne faced the Kane County Cougars, who were making their first ever playoff appearance. Out west, it was Kansas City taking top spot, and they chose to face Lincoln, who was making its first playoff appearance since 2017, as were the Winnipeg Goldeyes, who were matched up against Fargo-Moorhead. In the opening round in the East, Milwaukee advanced past Chicago in 3 games, while Cleburne took down Kane County. Out west, Kansas City swept aside Lincoln in 2, while the RedHawks beat the Goldeyes in 3 hard-fought games. The East Division Championship saw Milwaukee taking on Cleburne. The Milkmen powered their way to a 2-game sweep to advance to the final. While in the West, Fargo-Moorhead got revenge on Kansas City, the team that had knocked them off in the league championship last season. So the battle for the Miles Wolff Cup was set. The 2020 AAPB champion Milwaukee Milkmen, featuring the fearsome power of Keon Barnum and batting champion Brian Torres, taking on Fargo-Moorhead, led by League Manager of the Year Chris Coast and a slew of all-stars. And the final was everything fans expected it to be.
Let's go, baby, let's go, Leo!
After splitting the first 2 games in Milwaukee, the RedHawks came home and took Game 3 behind a masterful pitching performance by Tyler Grauer, who flirted with a perfect game through 6 innings. But the Milkmen responded with a win the next night, setting up the dramatic, deciding game. In Game 5, the RedHawks rallied back from an 8-3 deficit to tie it. And in the 10th inning, this happened.
8-8 our score, 1 out, bottom 10.
Hey, line drive right here, baby, line drive right here.
The title on the line.
Let's go, Leo!
Correa, the lead at second. Pena sends the
Yes,
ball up the
yes,
middle of the base.
yes,
Center
yes,
field.
yes,
Could be
yes,
the
yes, yes, yes! Let's go!
The Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks, the team from the Red River Valley, is sitting atop the American Association Mountain. The Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks are the Miles Wolff Cup champions. 9-8 your final.
Renzer!
Unbelievable.
My boy, I love you, baby. I love you. My boy. Nova, you sick son of a come here, buddy. Buddy, I'm mobile. I'm getting out of here.
This year's Miles Wolff Cup Final MVP comes with no surprise. Leopoldo Pena, come up and get your win. Congratulations. Congratulations. And now it's time to award the Miles Wolff Cup Final. Brad, come up. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
What a game. One of the best games ever in the history of the league. Congratulations. It's all yours. Take them home.
12 years coming for this, guys. Glad you're all here with us today. First one in the American Association, but hopefully many more to come, guys.
What a great season 2022 was. And that is going to wrap it up, our final show of the season. But before I sign off, just want to say, first and foremost, a huge thank you to everyone in the league office for helping to make this show a possibility this year. Big thank you to the teams and the players for giving us so much incredible footage, behind the scenes stuff that enabled us to do such in-depth documentary type stories this year. And of course, a huge thank you to you, the fans, for tuning in. Really appreciate it. In the offseason, just remember you can stay up to date with everything by checking out the league's different social media outlets. Thank you for watching, everyone. Stay safe. We'll see you next year.